Migrant workers in Malaysia must now undergo compulsory testing for COVID-19 and employers will have to pay. At the same time, police have rounded up hundreds of undocumented migrants in crackdown on COVID-19 red zones in downtown Kuala Lumpur. Critics say the detentions do little to encourage migrant workers to come forward to get tested. Melissa Go reports.
Now, the Malaysian government says it's now incumbent upon employers to send their migrant workers for coronavirus testing. Now, this comes after the government's crackdown at the weekend on undocumented migrant workers in their efforts to contain the spread of COVID-19. Now, those without proper documents were arrested and reportedly taken to a depot where they will face action under the immigration laws.
Keputusan untuk menjaga kepentingan negara kita adalah hak kita dan kita laksanakan ini berdasarkan undang-undang yang ada. Cuba bayangkan, kita boleh benarkan mereka bebas bergerak walaupun tidak ada dokumen perjalanan sekalipun. Kita dah kata kita akan memperketatkan kawalan sepadan untuk tidak membenarkan warga asing masuk ke negara kita, termasuk lorong-lorong tikus pun kita akan sekat.
Human rights groups have criticised the government for failing to protect vulnerable groups amid the COVID-19 pandemic. They said the authorities had reneged on its earlier promise that migrants and refugees would not be arrested when they come forth for testing.
And you can be sure that this puts fear in not just the undocumented migrants, but the entire migrants and refugees community. So if you're talking about ending the pandemic effectively, I don't see how this is going to contribute to that process, because now you have a section of the society who are afraid to come forward to get tested for COVID-19, and if they are positive, to get the right treatment, because if they do, they may very likely be arrested.
It started in the areas around Masjid India in downtown Kuala Lumpur. Thousands of migrant workers were crammed inside flats like these. Now, more than 170 were tested positive at this Selangor mansion, which has been under lockdown for weeks now. Employers say they will do their best to send their workers for tests despite the financial constraints. Now, among them is Victor Low, whose restaurant was shut for more than 6 weeks after the partial lockdown.
Most important for me is to protect my staff, because they are to me they are the frontliners. Have them on a schedule so they won't go loitering to protect themselves as well. People tend to be more receptive now that there's no us and them anymore. We're all in it together.
Now, Malaysia is home to about 2 million migrant workers, but the undocumented ones can be twice as many, making the authorities' task to test, track and treat them all the more difficult. Melissa Go, CNA, Kuala Lumpur.